Alright, Shalom, Mike, and first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach His word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to tie this lesson. When they lose it, they lose it. And that's concerning the American people. Pretty much everyone that's subscribed to this system and that's not in the council of Yahweh Shemel Shai. When all hell break loose, man, these people are gonna lose their mind, man. They're gonna bug out. They're gonna be reduced to cannibalism and kicking in your doors. As well as a plethora of other things, man. But at the end of the day, these people gonna lose their damn mind, man. And we're gonna see. Matter of fact, what's that in the book? Let's get this in the book of Daniel. Daniel's chapter 12. Esau, his military coming down. The lack of food, bread, water, power outages. We're coming into very desperate times. What's going to cause for desperate measures. So this is Daniel 12:1. And at that time, see, it's an appointed time where these things are going to take place. It's going to happen, under a certain rulership as well. Here in Babylon the Great, under the rule of the so-called white man. But it was going to be a appointed time where these things are going to take place, and we're in the beginning stages of it. It says, and at that time shall Micah stand up, the great prince, with standard for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. See? So this is going to outdo 70 AD, what happened in Masada, and as well as other troublesome times that took place on the planet Earth. This is going to, we finna see these plagues play out at its height. Just going on with dealing with the famine. You could read about the Irish potato famine. You can hear about the Donner Party, but that's not going to compare to the famine going to bring upon this land. Because it's going to be it's going to be a famine on all levels. These people are going to be in want of all things, from the food to the water, all the way down to answers. And it's going to contribute to these people bugging out. Because they ain't going to know why, man. In the midst of distress and anguish. So and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See, and that lets you know this word is the bridge to our salvation. Let you know the importance of having His word and being in it. Not just knowing about it or just catching on to the lingo, but you living that life. You know what I mean? But for the ones that's outside of this realm, they're gonna catch pure D hell, man. Oh, is that old sneakers commercial? You're not you when you're hungry. Well, we about to see these beasts, these Americans. They really is beasts, and it's gonna play out when the lack of food, the lack of bread, water, blackouts, when their comforts are being taken away. When they plotting and scheming on their neighbors. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of 2 Ezra 15. 2 Ezra 15. Bear with me. I start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. See? The ones that subscribe to this system. And you don't have to have an American flag flying out your window. You got anything that you want to accomplish that it involves America still being here, that's you part of that destruction as well, man. That's why I said them that dwell therein, the ones that hang their hat here, the ones of the same mindset, That's who this destruction is for, man. You know? Because this is the only thing these people know. You know, just you look at these people, you know, just a regular old American, they'll go crazy when the Wi-Fi don't go, you know, the Wi-Fi go out. Or you might flip on a certain channel and it's not working. No motherfucker called the the TV station or whatever, the cable company to get that channel back up. How much more when the food is scarce, when the water is not running? Because dealing with that blackout, Spirit been on, news dealing with them blackouts is becoming more and more frequent. But that's going to contribute to the water being off. Dealing with these different water pumps to push this water throughout all the city. So when that power go out, that means no more water as well. You know? But that's who this destruction is for. The people of this world that's conformed to this world. It says, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and we seeing it now. I would tell you the end watching for thee. It's an appointed day the money gonna crash. It's an appointed day martial law is gonna be declared. You know, it's an appointed day where you're gonna hear the first case of cannibalism. You know? But it's drawing nigh. We inching closer and closer to that day, man. You know? It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See these different wars. Race wars, food wars, neighborhood wars. You know? This is about to take place, man. Why? Because like I said, when they lose it, man. You know, you were living deliciously. You were at ease, you know. Now it's going to be traded in for torment and sorrow. And these people going to do everything in their power to be comfortable. They're going to do everything in their power to eat, even if it comes down to eating another human being. You know? That's what's about to take place, man. You know? It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See? So you see the beginning stages of the uprisings throughout these other countries, which is set up for us to consider before it gets here to America, man. Because once it gets to America, that's when the play is going to reach its height. That's when it's going to reach its climax. Just going into the destruction. The destruction of America is going to far outdo what happens in Russia or China or, these other places. These plays, once they touch America, that's going to be at its highest degree. You know? So, yeah, you could hear about famine. You know what's going on in Venezuela. But that's going to pale in comparison to what's going to take place here in America. You know, there's not going to be no more house pets that first week them grocery stores run out. You know, the first 48 hours, 72 hours, you hearing about somebody just ate somebody, man. You know? It's going to, especially these people, it's a thing called lunchtime here in America. It's going to be kind of hard to break that, that routine for these people, man. So they're going to lose it. You know, dealing with these different governors and senators and mayors, the ones that so-called is the one that got that form of power that's bringing forth laws and legislations, they're going to go against them. Some are going to be put to death, which we have seen inklings of that. You know, you have people shooting at these, government buildings. Oh, the what happened on January 6th, which that could have been fake, but it's going to get to the point it's going to actually be real. Everything Esau stage, it's going to get to the point it's actually going to get real, because these Americans are going to get desperate, man. You know? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. See? Martial law. lockdowns. You know, certain cities just gonna be off limits because you have the police being defunded. So they'll just block that shit out and just get, you know what I mean? You know? But martial law, you can't have access to certain parts of the city. You probably can't even go outside your neighborhood. You know? Well, that's what's about to take place, man. And this is going to contribute to these people losing it because they going to lose it. And you seeing each day, just the American people are losing every day, man. They taking L's on all levels, all the way down to their so-called rights. And once they realize they're gonna lose it, man, you're gonna see the beast that comes out of them. It says, "For because of their pride, see," and this is the reason why. You proud, man. You proud. You know. And that's why, matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Revelations. Revelations, chapter 18, verse 7. It says, "How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously." And that's talking about America and these American people. And that word delicious right there ain't there for nothing. Because there's a restaurant on every block. It was one point that it was a figurative saying, everything is at your fingertip. But now it's a literal saying by the way of an app. You got Grubhub, you got DoorDash. You can buy you a house through an app. Or you can buy you a car through an app. You can buy a box through an app. So these people have lived deliciously. We call it living life to the fullest, so to speak. All the way down to you turning a faucet and water come out. People take that light, man. Like that's normal. But you still got, other countries that gotta go and draw water, man. So, matter of fact, continue on. It says, "So much torment and sorrow give her." See, so when the water go out, they ain't gonna know what to do because they grew up with that. They grew up just turning the faucet on. They're gonna get to the point they're gonna be trying to drink some of that hose pipe water, and it's not gonna cut on. The whole state of water will be cut off. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Your pride, everything you living all deliciously and well off is gonna be traded in with torment and sorrow. Like I said, lunchtime. You're gonna trade lunchtime in with the greatest famine that ever happened on the planet Earth. Because everything here is centered around eating and sex. If you can't get no sex at the end of the day, I bet you'll buy you a triple cheeseburger at the end of the night. So the living deliciously, living well off, living life to the fullest, having everything at your fingertips, which that's a literal saying now, is going to be traded in with torment and sorrow. It says, "For she saith in her heart," see, the mindset which plays out through your actions, "I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow." And that triggers down all the way to the American people, man, thinking that they're not going to take no L, that this place is going to be forever, and they live that life. Like they ain't got to look over their shoulder. That YOLO spirit. So this is why the Lord is going to bring that hell to these people, man. Because the only remedy for these Americans is destruction. By the way of fire, pestilence, teeth of wild beasts. You just even looking at a newly created creature and you just give up the spirit because he had a heart attack. Your heart blew up when you seen him Pokemon. That's the only remedy for these people, man. Matter of fact, continue on. It said, "Therefore," see, so the Lord is giving you the medicine for them being proud. This is the medicine for pride. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine." See, and that's in chronological order, man. death, mourning, and famine. It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. And that's hey, that's the type of destruction you're not gonna bounce back from. You're gonna get hit after one hit after hit after hit. Death, by the way of the pestilence, beasts of earth, as well as a plethora of other things. Wars. Just you dying because of your diet. You ate Funyuns for every day at lunch. Now it caught up into you. And that famine, man. But every time when it talks about the end of the world, at the end of this age, it always brings up the famine because food is centered, everything is centered around food in this place. That's why you got a restaurant on every block. That's why you got Grubhub. You got actually the food channel. So everything's centered around food. That's why one of those major plagues, a key plague in this is the famine, man. And that's how, matter of fact, that's the medicine for pride. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Deuteronomy, the 8th chapter. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3. And he humbled thee. So what's the opposite of being humble? Being proud. So the Lord, he said, he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger. See? So for a nigga that's proud, to make that nigga humble, don't give him nothing to eat. Because you can't play it off that you hungry. You hungry, it's going to be made known. Let's just say you don't say nothing. Your stomach going to say it. But the point is, that's a humbling agent. That's the medicine for pride. Starving your ass out. You know what I mean? So that's the remedy. That's the medicine for these American people. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. 2nd Ezra 15. And verse 18. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And we just read, some of those things. Through the death, the mourning, the famine, the power outages, martial law, these different wars by the way of class wars and food wars and race wars. This is how the city going to be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. See? And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. See? Because it's going to be cutthroat time in that time, man. Straight cutthroat. You're not going to have no pity on your neighbor. Why? Because ultimately, it's going to end up looking like a hot dog. You seen that nigga grocery shopping one good time before all hell break loose. And you said, I know who got the beans. I know who got the rice. And they ain't going to care because you know 20 years, man. Y'all take turns taking each other children to school. That's not going to matter in that day. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. See, and spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. See? So, hey, when all hell break loose, man, these people gonna lose it, man. And you just see just the average American. They're not prepared for what's about to take place. You just look at them. They keep their house on 72 degrees. Yeah, I mean, motherfucker got a damn electric water heater. They got instant hot water heater and shit or whatever. They got the Grubhub app on deck. They docile to what's about to take place, man. Until it happens. They about to see these American people about to run into a brick wall. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end off on this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, see? Because, you don't know when you're going to die. But even playing out on a bigger scale, people thinking that America will be forever, not knowing America's time is up. the so-called white man and his reign of terror is up, man. And we seeing the beginning stages of, see, we seeing the symptoms of the downfall of a kingdom. Oh, this man, money is about to crash. These other nations looking at him sideways. All the way down to just the average citizens is not buying on what their government is telling them. So these are the different signs and symptoms of the downfall of a kingdom, man. You know, it says, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, yeah, because those animals, they don't look over their shoulder. Yeah, they got predators, but you don't see a fish more attentive than a deer. You know, you don't see a bird, you know, more attentive than, you know, these other creatures that's used to being chased down. They used to looking over their shoulders. They just go about their day, man. Until that fish got caught in that net, until that bird got caught in the snare, man. Cause they weren't looking for it. They just going about their day, and this is the comparison of these people, man, that dwell in this world. They just going about their day. They just, you know, they actually are walking to their death, man, unknowingly. It says, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time. See, this is it right here. And why I say snared in evil time? Because you ain't preparing yourself for the evils. You know, motherfucker might say, well, they got some money in the bank, they invested, so just in case, you still ain't preparing yourself because the money finna crash. You trusting in George Washington. You know, you trusting in the so-called defense of Esau, which it tells you the covenant with death is not going to stand. Because even Esau, the shit that he leaned on, is going to fall apart. Only thing that's going to stand that day is the words of Yahweh Hashem outside. That's what we just read in Daniel, the 12th chapter. The ones that's going to be delivered are the ones that's found written in the book, which is the elect, the ones that live this life. You know, follow the teachings of Yahweh and believe and act upon that. Instead of walking the walk of an American, having the uniform of an American, man. You know? So it said, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time when it follows suddenly upon them, see? Because you're not going to get a heads up, the money crash. It's just going to happen. You get a notification, boom. Tell you, go to your local post office and get this chip. That's the new form of currency. But it's a certain day, it's a point in time where these plays actually going to fully manifest. You know, and it's going to suddenly fall upon them. Why? Because they ain't looking for it. But at the end of the day, you know, when these people lose it, they going to lose it, man. You know, so yeah, I just hope to edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash. I like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect, the teachers who are in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide the ball. Soon, very soon.